Hello everybody, today we're going to review place value and then practice 4 ways to write a number. There are 4 ways to display a number. First thing we're going to review is the place values. Now the place values is where each digit aligns in a number. You can have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and millions. We're only going to go up to 10,000 in 3rd grade. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to label each place value. If I look at the digit number 7, what place is that number in? It's in the ones place. After the ones place is the 8, and that is in the tens place. The 4 is in the hundreds place, and the 9 is in the thousands place. When you label your place value, you always have a comma every 3 digits, starting from the left. 1, 2, 3, comma. There's always a comma between hundreds and thousands. Hundreds and thousands, there's always a comma. The first way you can write the number is in word form. And that's how we wrote it up here. 9,487. Hear how I did not say and 87. There is no and unless we are using decimal points, and there is no decimal point in this number. The second way is word form. I did the wrong one. This first one is standard form. The second one is word form, where you write them in words. Now I'm going to say this number, and each time I say a word, I'm going to write it down. 9,000. And there's always a comma after thousands. 9,000. The 4 is in the hundreds place, so that's 400, 4, and then 100. 80, because that's in the tens place. 80. And 7 is in the ones place. 7. Now I'm not done because I always need to check my work. Let's double check that I wrote it correctly by saying the word aloud. 9,487. We're good, we wrote it correctly. There is no and after 100, not 187. There's no decimal point there, so we do not have an and. The third way for you to represent a number is by using blocks. Now we're going to write them a little bit different, but I want to show you what they would look like if we use them in class. There are 4 different ones that we would use, and it starts from the smallest unit. This equals 1. This would represent anything in the ones place. Just 1 cube would represent in the ones. The longer stick has 10 ones. That represents the tens place. A block of 10 of these singular ones equals 100. So each square represents 100. And then finally, got the big one. There are 10 of these hundreds inside 1,000. This is 1,000's cube. 1,000's cube. Now let me show you how we write this. So I have my number, and I'm always going to start with the largest digit. Okay, so that would be 9,000. Remember, I might change this to make it a little bit easier. Let's make it a 2. We'll change it here. We'll change it here. All right, so for your thousands place, this is how you draw a box for the 1,000 spot. You're gonna make a square and then draw 3 lines in the same direction and then connect each one of those lines. That is a thousands cube. I need 2 thousands cubes. There we are, 2 thousands. Now I go to the hundreds place. A hundredths place is just a square. So I'm just gonna draw. Now I'm gonna make my thousands place right here. Sorry, hundreds. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, got my thousands, got my hundreds. Now I'm at my tens. My tens are just these singular lines. So I'm just going to make a tally mark for tens. So I have 8 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got my tens, and finally my ones. My ones, I'm just going to make a circle or a dot, okay? And I have 7 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is how you show the form in model form. I know you won't be able to use the actual models that you can touch, but models are examples of some or a representation of something we are showing. So we're doing picture models, but normally we would use cube models, or they call them base 10 models. All right, 4. There we studied standard form, word form, model form, and finally, the one we're going to practice the most is called expanded form. That's when you stretch out a number. Expanded form. When you are moving from a standard form to expanded form, you always need to label underneath the place values. For just about everything we'll do, we'll label underneath each number the place value. And then we're going to write what that digit means. So this 2 isn't just a 2, right? It's not just 2 of these, right? It's not just 2 base 10 blocks. This 2 represents 2,000. 2,000. So that's how I'm going to write it in expanded form. I'm going to write 2,000. The 4 doesn't just mean 4 of these itty bitty cubes, right? It's in the hundreds place. It's in the hundreds place. So it really represents 400. The 8 doesn't represent 8 of these little guys. It's actually 80 because it's in the tens place. And the ones place, it does actually just represent a 7 because each one of these is 1, okay? These are the 4 different types of ways you can represent a number. We'll be practicing this throughout today and next week and probably the week after that too.